quick tier list for the current BTC characters. So I have a couple of tiers here. So and I already put like the useless ones, like the free characters that like are completely useless, nothing to talk about really. I already put them down. So I could go on with just like the next tier, which is like the less useless ones. Basically, these tiers are characters that are the free SSRs, except they have some use. Like they're better than like the ones below, obviously. So yeah, so starting off, we also have the red Amon because of his use in backup effect, which grants CG characters more crit damage. It's pretty nice. We have the Noro for pretty decent AoE damage. Toka because of her follow up. The Black Dog because funny enough, she was once part of like the best Integra team, like back before all the all the good characters came out. It was really funny, I think. And then you also have Naki, which was like a pretty decent backup if you didn't have Renji back then. And then you also have Take, because his damage is pretty nice. And also like the best part about him is that he has insane lifesteal. Okay, so starting with like the actual tiers, so tier D. So these are characters that basically are either very early game or like characters I have never seen any like competitive play at all. So early game characters we have Awaken Kaneki, Uta, Itori, Green Juzo, Hinami, Renji. So these are all the like really early characters that get power creep pretty quickly, but in their time they were still pretty decent. Then we have like the characters I've never seen any use, so Isatoka and Green Uta. So these two characters I've never seen like anyone use them at all. Like never seen like any good player use them at all. Uh, I know that's like Isatoka like has like some decent damage I think, but like the Green Uta never seen a light of day before. So that's why he's in D. Next up, we have the C tier. So C tier is mainly composed of characters that have been like power crept by the meta. So we have the rabbits, which is really good on the Integrity teams back then. Same thing with the Christmas Hinami, as well as Christmas Kin. So although like Christmas Kin didn't see as much play as the other two Antigua here, but he was game tested because his best passive countered the red Ayato, which is like really important back then, and then he also had really good CP and really good damage as well. That's why I put him here instead of in D. And then we also have the summer Kaneki. I've seen him used in secondary Antigua teams, but honestly, he's like he isn't that good. He's basically he has a what's it called a taunt passive, but he's not very tanky, and his damage isn't great. So, and like he doesn't have any buffs like the Flame Wing, where all Antigua characters do more damage or anything like that. So I think C tier is fair for him. Next up, we also have Kiramaro. So she was really good, like for a decent bit actually. Um, her her passes combined with the old Renji prevented anyone on our team from dying on the first turn. So you could tank like Idori plus Red Ayato, which is like really important back then, and her disruption active, like her active applies disruption, which is like really important in the CCG mirrors back then. But unfortunately she's been power crept now, so she is in C. Uh, Same thing with the masked Renji, the masked Yomo. I don't think he ever saw any play in Antigua teams, but he did see play in CG when he first came out, because Overwatch granted everyone a shield, which was pretty nice. I believe the Black Reaper, what's called the IXA, Arima benefited from getting shield, because I think his ability sphere lets him like have a chance to remove a debuff from him So whenever he gets his shield, so basically whenever you have Overwatch active because of Maximo, and then you got hits by like hit by someone, IXA could has a chance to like gain a shield, right? It has a chance to remove like lethal, which is really important, right? Because removing lethal is huge because IXA just like does has like pretty decent life steal, also has like really high base HP as well. Anyways, enough yapping about him, but as I watch you here, seen like a little bit of play, but new characters come out, so he gets put back. All right, next tier for B tier we have starting off we have the red Ayato. So he is very good, like basically like the best starter character for a while actually. Is also like the best ugly character for a while. Um, he's still good right now, I think, but except that his passive like his active skill like impale is insane. Of course, ignore defense, but the problem is that his CP is just too low right now, and he can't really compete anymore. Otherwise, we also have Blue Tatra, really nice, but you don't need defense on Algiri. Doesn't really make any sense, so that's why he's here. Eto, her she's nice for her dodge, which is yeah, like any active she casts basically lets buffs the whole team and grants everyone like one dodge. Really good, but again released pretty early on, so her CP is lacking. So she isn't used right now, or sorry, isn't used anymore. Let's have the Sin, really strong buffer, but that's it. That's all she does. Is a buffer. Basically a better Ittori. Then they have the Rampage twins. So Shinohara Rampage uh, is basically completely useless against Enteku because Coffee prevents Enteku from getting stunned while they have shield. Well, Enteku has shield, so and yeah, so Shinohara is pretty useless. Ewall on the other hand, I think like I've seen a little bit of him, but his active doesn't do any damage. Like he's just like sitting duck most of the time. Like that's what it looks like to me, honestly. So that's why I put him on B. All right, starting off next. In the A tier, where we finally have like more important characters. So probably start off is the Mask Kaneki. Oh, actually, hold on, I forgot. Sachi should be in B. Uh, his CP is still fine, but his active isn't great. He doesn't really synergize with any team right now. He just he just a backup basically. At this point, he's just a backup for like Algiri teams if you don't have the Mass Kaneki cell, or if you like aren't gonna start up like Summer Toka. He's only there for whales, but he isn't really that good to be honest. Yeah. Anyways, so talking about A tier now, we have Mass Kaneki here. Mass Kaneki, he's really good. His passive is pretty insane. He has a good cell. The only issue is that his CP is too low. Like it's the same issue as Red Addo, except Mask Kaneki has released later on, and Mask Kaneki also has a cell. So but that's why it puts him above Red Addo for now. Next one, talking about Centipede. Um, he still has good damage. He got a buff recently, but unfortunately, with like the meta chain right now, like he's not that good because he can't ignore provoke like taunts, like provoke like Yamori can. So he's just like a weaker Yamori. Next we have Jason, Green Jason, really nice. His passes are really good because he also got buff as well. But like, but I think he's like one like, but currently, so he's on the Algiri meta team right now. But I think he's like the most replaceable, and that's why I put him on A here for now. And then and last for Algiri, we also have the Red Tarara. Red Tarara CP is like really similar to Jason, so I think, but his skill set is really interesting. Basically, if the opponent doesn't know how to interact with them, I think he's an S tier. But if the opponent knows how to interact with them, he's like more like in the B tier. But because of his high CP, like similar CP to Green Jason, I think A tier is fine because Algiri needs CP anyways. So next off we have Green Owl. So Green Owl um, is still insane, but the only problem is that power creep is so like fast. Is that he's like no longer good. Even if it's like two exclusive cells, like you still get one shots by CCG and LGD if you go second. So charm on Green Owl isn't as strong as what it used to be. So that's why I think he falls from S tier to A tier. Next we have Tsukiyama. Oh, Tsukiyama, good damage for world boss, of course. um, yeah, he's single target damage, but people are running a charm on coffee, so single targets that doesn't remove uh stacks off of coffee is why I don't think he's like very good right now. But he's good for PvE and he does insane damage. Yeah. Next we have a Mina Hirami. Again, very important to Entegu team, but only problem is that CP is too low. Same issue with Mask Kaneki, I think. But funny, yeah, these two have like similar CP as of right now. Next we have the backups for Anteku. So we have Tanabata, Hinami, and Yoko. I don't really play Anteku that much, so I'm not too sure which one's better. I think in AI, Lyoko's like a little better than Tanabata, but like I don't really know. But I know that for sure if you like run Tanabata Hinami and gets CP, like if you lose in a CP, your team gets wiped pretty easily. While like the same cannot be said for Lyoko because of Lyoko's like last stand passive. Next up we have Summer Toka. So she's really interesting. So she could be a backup for Algiri or CCG if you don't have the proper backups or the cell for Mask Kaneki. And she's also really nice on Antika as well, especially in Stronghold because of the Carnival buffs that give you retaliation. So she can trigger her passive attack more often, right? Because her passive triggers to do AoE damage to the opponents whenever you have used 4 moves. So that includes passives. So and passive access, right? So in Carnival battles like Stronghold or like Encounter, um, you can trigger her more easily with retaliation. So, yeah. And then next we have the young Arma, the Witch Arma. He has insane damage. I think he does more damage than the red Arma, but again, charm on coffee, so I don't think he's like same issue as a Tsukiyama and like Centipede. It's just that the meta isn't good for him right now. That's why he's over here in A tier. So red Arma is very strong. His like passive is still very strong. Only problem is that his CP is like pretty low at this point. That's why I put him at A tier. Passive steal is insane right now because people are running charm on coffee. So if you know how to play CGG correctly, you just first turn kill the charmed coffee. Next we have IXA. IXA again really good. Only issue, same thing as Red Arma, is that his CP is like too low now. But he's still really useful, especially in auto battle against Enteku, where if you can afford to no matter what, using an IXA move is a good move. That's why I think he's an A tier. Still very strong. Next up we have the assist characters. So of course the best assist right now is Tanabata Ayato for more damage and the high CP. Second best is like either the Green Amon or Pet Boy Juzo. Pet Boy, like I think it's like a little more team dependent. If you need more damage, then Green Amon's better. But if you like want to if you need the survivability, then you want Juzo instead. I also have Mr. MM. Good, but CP is too low. At least he's the first character with the assist effect. So yeah. Okay, now finally to the S tier. So starting off, we have the. So I'll go off, by factions. So first we have Algiri. So starting off with Algiri, you have Carnival Ayato. Carnival Ayato is like basically the centerpiece to Algiri right now, I think, because his bonus attack is very useful, and he prevents whatever he hits from getting shield. So yeah, as well as a new. He had also got a recently got a exclusive cell, which boosts his CP really high. Very nice. Next we have Yamori, Carnival Yamori. Um, ignores provoke, basically like literally a better centipede. Easter Anto is next. Insane AoE damage. Applies Breathless, which is basically better lethal. So it's basically like a high CP version of Red Ayato, to put it like in a nutshell. Yeah. And then for Antiku characters, we have the War Owl, the Wit Owl. Insane damage, and he and also like his passive that takes damage for another Antiku while he has a shield is also very important in auto battle as well. So I think he deserves the S-Ball for sure. For Flame Toka, her so her passive again charm is like so broken. It's like it's also really annoying to face against, and even though she was like released pretty early, her CP was actually pretty crazy. She had like higher CP than base CP than Sachi as well. Like so, her CP was like comparable to that of Carnival's back then, which is why her CP is like still fine, doing fine right now, and that's why she's still in S because of her like charm as well as and really nice CP. Next we have Coffee. So Coffee I thought about putting he's either in S or A. If you run a charm on the Green Owl, then I think she's definitely in A because she's not as strong. But if you run charm on the Coffee, then I think she's definitely in S tier because she's basically unkillable while she has charm on. Like she's really annoying to face with, and yeah, I basically can't kill her for like a couple turns at least. So that's why I put it in S. Next up we have Green Arma. Green Arma is like basically the core of CG right now because of his insane damage and pin rate. And then we also have Blue Drizzle in S tier, simply because he complements Green Arma very well. I think if people like for some reason stop playing Green Arma, then he would more be in like S or B tier maybe. But because like these two synergize super well together, I think it's fair to put them both at S. Also because Blue Drizzle can cut down on Coffee's shield really easy. Next up we have the like strongest backup in the game for CGG, like crazy, like 2 exclusive cells by the way. We have a Fuguti 2, like Kurio Mado. Yeah, so his passive absolutely broken for CGG, gains shield for fun. Every time you do damage, you gain shield. I think not much else to say. And for CGG, we also have Dojima. So Dojima, he's still needed for his passive start turn attack like Red Ayato. But also another thing is that you need basically need him to have Red Arma passive steal charmed Coffee so you can kill her in the first turn because I think because Coffee prevents Antigo characters from getting any debuffs while they have shield on, including that includes Red Arma's passive steal, but Dojima does his active does like more damage, has a more damage at the end so that it removes the shield after he attacks. So that way Red Arma would apply passive steal on Coffee and allow CG to kill her in one turn, which is why I think he's in S. Along with his passive, which lets you do 2 Green Arma moves, like stack up like Green Arma and like it's like so it's like one Green Grusu move, so you can use two fully charged Green Arma moves back to back. And last character, the newest Carnival, we have the past Uta. So for him, I think he is in S tier. So his passives prevent him from falling under 50% HP the first time, and he so once again paired with Flame Wave Charm, it sounds instantly broken. And then every time when he enters that states, he starts doing retaliation every time he gets hit or he like or he attacks, right? So sometimes he can do like infinite like retaliation, especially with the Paragon boost, where like if you get the retaliation Paragon boost, right? So if you get that, you can do like three attacks in a row of a single move, which is insanely broken. As well as whenever he drops to 50% for the first time, he'll launch a passive. He'll launch like an attack that will remove uh, any buffs from the target. So that includes charm. So if you play against a Tenku team in auto battle, right? So when the Tenku deals more than 50% to the Carnival Uta will remove charm basically, and lets and while yeah, so basically so the team works together with charm Toka as well, right? So against Center and Tenku team, right? So charmed Uta will remove the Enteku's charm, but your Uta still has charm. So that makes like the matchup really easy to beat in paper for auto battles. So I think that there's like really insane potential with the Carnival Uta, but I think there's more testing to be done to like solidify how strong he actually is. But currently, I think like on paper, I think he's like S tier for sure because of his like retaliation, good life steal, and his like broken passes that remove charms. Basically counters Anteku in auto battle, which is I think is like really important. So yeah, so that's my tier list for the current meta. I know that we're getting 3 more characters. We're getting a new Noro, a new Kaneki, a new Toka, and a new Nishio. So and we'll see how those 3 will do in the meta. But for now, this is how I will rank every SSR character. And yeah, see you next time.